Hey guys, Dre here, back at it once again for a brand new video for you, and welcome back to Dre TV. And we're talking some MotoGP this time around. It was another triple header of rounds this weekend with Formula 1, MotoGP and IndyCar all having races at the same time. Crazily enough, there's another triple header next week because we have Formula 1 in Bahrain and MotoGP in Argentina next week. But yeah, in this episode we're talking about the United States Grand Prix over at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, and there's one important thing about this you need to understand. Only three things in life are certain: death, taxes, Marc Marquez winning in America. Period. I don't even want to talk about the race straight away. What I want to talk about is the ridiculous qualifying lap that Marquez set. Here's some perspective for you. His number one bike has an engine problem and passes out in the middle of the straight. So what Marquez does, he leaps over the barrier, runs across the pit lane, he's running through the pit lane. There's only 2.5 minutes left in the qualifying session. They have to wheel out his number 2 bike, unprepared, with the wrong front tyre on because there's literally no time to change it. He gets out on the track, has one flying lap attempt, and beats his own track record by 0.6 of a second. The fastest ever lap of the Circuit of the Americas at 2:02.1. And you can see Marquez is on the ragged edge. He pushed harder than I think I've ever seen Marquez push before. Of all the crazy things I've seen Marc Marquez do in MotoGP since he got here, that one might top the lot. It was an absolutely ridiculous lap, and it was mistakes, but there was mistakes in it, but it was just so friggin' fast. Given the context of it all, it's one of the most unbelievable qualifying laps I've ever seen in any sport. I will put a link to it in the description. It's on Daily Motion. It's unbelievable. Simple as that. The man is a total genius. And of course he'd go on to win the race as well. He won the race by 2.3 seconds in the end over Andrea Dovizioso. And Dovi had another really, really good ride. And he had a little mini resurgence of what happened in Qatar with another Dovizioso versus Rossi fight. Only this time for second instead of going for the win. It looks like those two are very evenly matched at the moment. On that Ducati really is a legitimate threat to the Big Two this year, and that's fantastic news for the sport to have Ducati back where they belong, which is right up the top, and a proper Italian factory team up there to challenge the Japanese boys. And Dovi is the perfect rider for a team like that. He's such a consistent and good rider. He's been very good. He's scored podiums on every bike he's ever been put on in MotoGP, whether it's a Honda, a Yamaha, or a Ducati. The dude is excellent with all three. He really is, and beat Rossi for third. Rossi said he shredded his front tyre trying to keep up with him. Rossi just didn't have an answer in the late going. Dovi in second place, beating Rossi for third. Rossi still leads the championship, mind you, so, Rossi, I think, will take the third place. Jorge Lorenzo finished in fourth, quite a ways back, 6 seconds off the win, and 3 seconds behind his teammate, which was a bit surprising. I know apparently there's a rumour going around that Lorenzo was struggling with bronchitis this weekend, and he was on some antibiotics, and probably wasn't at his best. But then again, Lorenzo's not been at his best all season long. I mean, the helmet slip up to now, it looks like Lorenzo's already thrown away some early points, which can't be a good idea in the long run. He finished 0.9 ahead of Andrea Iannone, who started strong from 7th place, came up to 5th. Looked like he could have had 4th or even 3rd, but he faded towards the end of the race. I think Iannone might have to work on his stamina a little bit, because 5th is not really as good as he could be getting now, given that he's on a proper factory bike that's properly fast. Top Brit honours go to Bradley Smith in 6th place. He was in that leading pack for a good while. Faded towards the end, unfortunately, but a very good performance from Bradley Smith there for the Tech 3 team. Yamaha, again, seemed to be struggling all weekend. The Tech 3 team are not as strong as what they used to be, in my opinion. So, for Bradley to come in 6th, I think he'll gladly take that result. Crutchlow in 7th. I'm starting to have my doubts about Crutchlow already. Does he look any different to what Bridle did in that same team last year? I wonder. Great performance by the Suzuki boys. Alicia Spagaro and Maverick Vinales, both Suzukis in the top 10 in 8th and 9th. Espargaro always punching above his weight on that Suzuki, and he kept Cal honest on that factory Honda for way longer than was probably deserved. So brilliant job again from Espargaro. Vinales in 9th will gladly take that for his second race in the top class. Danilo Petrucci rounding off the top 10, and Hiroshi Oyama, who was filling in for the weekend for Danny Pedrosa, in 11th place, 47 seconds behind his teammate. So why didn't he take Casey Stoner again? Just wondering. Hector Barbera, top open class runner in 12th. Nicky Hayden celebrating his 200th top flight Grand Prix. He's 4th on the all-time list for appearances. His 200th race in MotoGP, finishing in 13th place. Jack Miller got his first points in 14th place. And Alvaro Bautista got Aprilia's first MotoGP point since they've come back in 15th place. Shame there was a nasty crash as well on the opening lap between Pol Espargaro and Scott Redding, and it looks like those two had a proper blood feud over that on Twitter. They weren't happy with each other at all. Scott apologised. Pol Espargaro wanted none of it, basically. Probably going back to their 2013 Moto2 feud. I don't think the two like each other very much. In Moto2, my word, he's finally broken the glass ceiling. Sam Lowe's got his first Moto2 victory, and it was a brilliant performance from the speed-up racing man. And after the nasty crash in the second half of the race between Johan Zarco and Xavier Simeon, where Simeon bumped into the side of Zarco's bike through turn 3, and it all went a little bit potty as the bikes flew off into the distance and Simeon started sliding about 30-40 meters across the runoff area. Zarco would take second place. Sam Lowe's was following Zarco for pretty much the whole Grand Prix. Then that crash happened, and then Sam Lowe's broke out 3 consecutive track records, broke Zarco, and won. Magnificent. A mature, rounded, smart performance from Sam Lowe's. It's exactly what people have been waiting to see from Sam. He's always had the talent, and I'm glad he finally put it all together. Johan Zarco, again, for the IO team, topmost. He's definitely the best Cadex runner in the field right now, Zarco. Again, he's just been a little bit unlucky when it comes to, obviously, the Qatar situation still rings true. But, yeah, Zarco in second place, and in his second Moto2 race, Alex Rins on the podium in third for the HP40 Pagnas and Murias team there. He actually now leads the championship, Alex Rins, believe it or not, by just a single point. I know that's quite a shocker, isn't it? But Rins, after 2 races, leads the championship with his 4th and his 3rd place in America. Tito Rabat in 4th. Not looking that great at the moment, Tito. He seems to be struggling on that Galicia Mark VDS Kalex bike. He's not looking his usual super consistent, solid self. Took a long time to deal with Franco Morbidelli, who came in 5th. And Hafif Saharin in 6th place for the Petronas team as well. So a good weekend for the Petronas boys, if you know what I mean. Maybe in the Formula 1 side with Mercedes. But yeah, the Malaysian, with his best Moto2 finish, in 6th place. Anthony West on the other speed up in 7th, and another speed up was Julian Simon in 9th as well. So a good day at the office for the speed up chassis in general. Maybe they'll get more than 3 customers next year if Sam Lowe's is able to keep this pace going. So maybe the Kalex swing is starting to, swing the other way, so to speak. Mika Kallio in 8th, and Taka Nakagami, who you may remember from being really good in Moto2 a couple of years ago, rounding off the top 10. Corsi 11th, Luti 12th, Schrotter 13th, Cortese 14th, and the reigning Moto3 champion Alex Marquez just about getting a point in 15th place. Shame about Dominique Agata, who was looking very good in the top 5 until he binned it, which is unfortunate. It looks like Agata's already starting to get to grips with that Kalex bike. Over to Moto3 now real quick, and one of the most dominant Moto3 performances I've ever seen. Danny Kent winning an unbelievable margin of victory. 8.5 seconds he beat Fabio Quartararo by. The 15-year-old in 2nd place in just his 2nd Moto3 World Championship race. The kid is going to be something special. I'm very sure on this. A brilliant performance by the 15-year-old rookie. Efren Vasquez, who qualified, I think, in 15th or 16th place, finished in 3rd. So a brilliant performance from Efren Vasquez. Just ahead of Enna Bastianini in 4th. Brad Binder in 5th. The wee McPhee, John McPhee for Racing Team Germany in 6th. Locatelli in 7th. Romano Fenati, a good day at the office for him, considering he started 19th to finish in 8th. Isaac Vinales 9th, and Karel Haneker rounding off the top 10. The biggest game-changing situation was there was 2 drops late on. Miguel Oliveira, who's looked like one of the fastest dudes in the field, hit the deck with 8 laps to go, and Alexis Masbu, who dropped literally on the final corner, had to wheel his bike over the line in 16th place. So Masbu gets nothing in terms of where he's at the moment after a gutsy performance, and looked like he was going to get a podium spot again. So Danny Kent actually leads the championship by 8 points right now, and I'm very happy for Danny Kent that he's doing that, given that Danny Kent takes a long time to normally get going in a season. So for him to be at the top is excellent. Enna Bastianini is second with 33 points, and then Fabio Quartararo and Efren Vasquez are both tied with 29 in 3rd and 4th. So very, very interesting to see. And also, it's Honda bikes that are the top 6 in the championship at the moment. Brad Binder, highest ranking KTM in 7th place. Oliveira could have easily had 50 points by now. Instead, he's got 0. Amazing that one turns out. Moto2 championship standings real quick. Alex Rins leads with 29 points ahead of Johan Zarco with 28. Jonas Volga and Sam Lowe's both with 25. Franco Morbidelli with 22. And Xavier Simeon in 6th place with 20 points alongside Thomas Luthi. Sam Lowe's is the only speed up amongst 9 Kalex runners in the top 10. That's a quite crazy fact for you. And in the MotoGP Championship, Valentino Rossi leads the way with 41 points ahead of Andrea Dovizioso with 40, and Marc Marquez already creeping in with 36 points in 3rd. Andrea Iannone 4th with 27, 1 ahead of Jorge Lorenzo in 5th with 26. But yeah, look at that, all over the place. Ducati's well involved there in the top. Let me know what you thought of the MotoGP weekend at COTA. Wasn't quite as good as Qatar, but then again, was anything going to be as good as Qatar last week? Probably not. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.